All right, I'm just going to start this show. Unlike I really wanted to. And that wasn't going to be an embarrassing moment, but here we are. I hope I'm live. The embarrassment being this new live control center telling me streaming isn't available at the moment. The fuck is that? So, I want to hear about your embarrassing moments. We'll find out if I'm live right after this. Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Video Callin Show, that show that invites you to be a live video guest on this program at any time. Talk about whatever you'd like to talk about, whether that is topic of the day, could be current events, it could be personal promotion, or it just could be chew the fat. Now, joining is real easy. Again, I'll check to see if I'm live here in just a second. All you've got to do is go to zoom.us, click on join a meeting, enter in that meeting number. When it asks for, you will show up in my green room, and I will take everyone as much as I can. First come, first serve. For about the next hour. I'm going to be here for the next hour, and my name is Jim. I'm your host of the Video Callin Show. And my job is to listen and learn too, and about you. Folks, let's see. Where am I at here? So YouTube throws me back out into the studio. I'm going to have to go to my channel and see if I'm live. You guys just bear with me, no matter where you're watching this this program on. I shouldn't be streaming to maybe two sources, Facebook and YouTube, but anymore, I don't know. Now I'm getting a yellow on my stream. This is no way. Jesus. Got to be kidding me. Okay. Where was I? Oh, 2 of 2. Awesome. I'm not in a bad mood. I'm in a really good mood. It says I'm live now. Let me go there. And of course, I got to mute my own audio. That slows things down. I'll have to pop out the chat. I do not see chat until now, Tony. Thank you so much. Guys, I do apologize. There's something going wrong with this stupid ass live studio in the way they handle events. I don't know. It all happened around this change they proposed. I don't know I'm sorry. It all happened when they eliminated the beta version and made it live. And now at the same time, which as a programmer you never do, is roll out two major changes at once. They should have left the damn the live studio alone. What is that called now? I can't even remember. I'm so pissed off at YouTube. It's not even funny. I want you guys to know that I hold YouTube entirely responsible for this whole COPPA thing. Now we're going to talk about this a bit more, probably for the last time on Thursday. John, how you doing? This is a CAD 179. And yes, microphones make a difference, man. Microphones do make a difference. Well, welcome to the show, by the way. I'm a little bit miffed at YouTube, as you can tell. So I'm having one of my embarrassing moments. No, seriously though, this whole live control room change was the exact same time as they killed the Classic Creator Studio and went with the beta version in full version. And you never do that. YouTube programmers, what in the hell are you thinking about? You had a good tool in the beta version of the studio. Why did you change that up at the same time? That was foolhardy, and I'm having problems with it. I don't know if anybody else is. Are you guys having problems with this as well? Let me know in the chat if you would. This only applies to YouTubers, of course. I don't even know if my number is right. Let's see. 339. 419-257. It is correct. So tonight we're going to talk about your embarrassing moments, not so much mine. I may throw a few of them out there so you guys feel better about it, but I want to hear. I mean, I know they are hard to talk about. Embarrassing moments are just that. They're embarrassing. You really don't want anybody to know. And honestly, if you come on the show and tell me, I'll keep it to myself. I promise you. Let's say hello to whom we have in the chat. Jesse Mendez, good to see you. Just got done with Ed's Tuesday night hangout show on Flash in Your Pan. Thanks for being here. And of course, American Gold Prospectors is here as well from that show. How you doing, guys? Hello, Mr. Lodak. And they're counting themselves down. Ed, how are you, man? Flash in Your Pan. Always good to see you, buddy. Thanks for bringing the crew over. I appreciate that as always. You know I do. Grumpy Vlogger. I don't know if you're fifth or not, man. I lost count. Ohio Relic Hunter, good to see you. Tony, viewed this. How are you? I'm glad I made it on. In fact, most of this is my fault because I'm busting my ass to get my right contact in. You guys know, I've told you this before. Sometimes I don't wear my contacts. You know, when I'm working from home, it's easier to see with my glasses. But when I get ready to do the show, then I try to put them in because it makes me look prettier, I guess. And I flipping last minute thought, oh my God, I haven't put my contacts in. So here I am at about 5 minutes till. And of course, that is the moment your contacts are going to give you hell. And it's exactly what happened. I tell you what, when they say 1 month on, I guess they'd be extended wear because they do have dailies. When they say 1 month, they mean it almost to the day. I can't tell you how often. Well, yeah, I can. It's about 3 times now because you guys know I haven't been wearing contacts for that long. It's been about 3 pairs, and each one of them, and it's the right one because I'm rougher on it, but the right contact has literally developed a problem where it's a tear, a piece missing, loses flexibility, and that. But it only happens at about the 1 month mark. I swear, I try to go longer because I'm a cheap ass, so I try to wear them as long as I possibly can. Well, you don't. I know, John. I know. John says LASIK. LASIK surgery is what the wife had. God damn it. Fucking stream is yellow again. I'm trying not to lose my cool here. I apologize, guys. Let's see. Where was I? Viewed this. How you doing, Tony? I think I already said hello to you, but always good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Pixelpia, teaching and learning. Welcome to the show again. Love having you here. Oh, I missed quite a bit, haven't I? Above and Beyond Drones, Jim, always good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Adam, crap, my dad makes me watch. Always a pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure. By the way, I should not be remiss in letting you know that tonight's subject matter was, come on, suggested by our good friend Outdoorsy Gal Chrissy. She does all sorts of fishing and hunting and detecting and cooking and just has a wonderful channel. Go check her out if you get a chance. That's Outdoorsy Gal. There is a link in the description. Thank you once again, Chrissy, for your suggestion. She's been really good about that. Yes, I do swear, man. I do. Well, see, I don't want YouTube to mistake my, since I've got all these bright colors and things. I don't want the FTC FTC to mistake me for a killed kids channel. That's so easy for me to say. So yeah, you gotta throw out a few curse words. This is an adult show, and I don't think any of the subject matter or any of the words that I throw out there or any of my guests do are any worse than a 13-year-old and up are going to hear on the schoolyard. As we all know, we were all there. If you only knew some of the things I did at that age, it'd make your hair stand on it. And it might be some of my embarrassing moments. Maybe we'll get into those during the night. Still waiting for callers, guys. Not some morning show. How you doing? I don't know if that's going to be Scott or Danny, but welcome to the show, guys. Appreciate you being here. I can't wait till we do something. I'm still trying to find some time. I'm so, right now I'm chocked full, which is why I'm late, because I end up working late. When you work from home, you tend to work all hours, and then I've got to get in, some family time and all that kind of stuff. So, Ms. Kathy, good to see you. Oh, it's buffering. Awesome. I hope it's settled out, because it is literally, looking good now, but that you know how the interwebs are, that it can turn on you in a heartbeat. Let's see. By the way, John, I consult in setting up all sorts of podcasts and both audio and video podcast equipment and that sort of thing. So let me know, man. You're supposed to contact me. Give me a buzz, man. Give me a buzz. Well, I'd love to, if nothing else, just have lunch and touch base, because John and I go way back. Let's see, who else do we have? Drone Kings in Darwin. How you doing, Brad? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Brad's had some really great suggestions for tomorrow's show. I don't know if you guys knew, but tomorrow marks my 1-year anniversary on the tubes. So we're gonna have a slight celebration for that. Don't miss it. Let's see. No, it's not your internet, guys. It's I've watched it. I've watched the stream go a little wonky here a couple times. I don't know. It's got to be the pipe. Happens though. Happens. And there's Outdoors Gallo. How you doing? Thanks again, Chrissy, for suggesting. Mr. Lodak. Good to see you, my friend. Are you guys getting lag? Tell me if you're getting lag right now, for lack of a better term. Off to Boston. Sweet. Been to Boston. When I went, it was beautiful. It was probably mid-2000s. Went there for a meeting with Harvard Medical School, which was a client at the time. We stayed in a beautiful place, right on the water. Oh, damn it. I see yellow again, guys. I'm so sorry about that. So sorry. But you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Retro Wednesday. You could call it Retro Wednesday. It's only a year, but man, you'd be amazed at the difference a year makes. And it's actually, I'll just throw it up there since we're lagging. I know I've got somebody in the green room here, and I'll be getting him up here shortly. But yeah, there you go. It's going to be Ask Jim Anything. 1 year in the tubes. So yeah, guys, don't miss that. Don't miss that. You know what? Oh, Crippling Vlogger says, I used to cuss like a sailor in junior high. Then when I joined the Air Force, I cussed even worse. Yeah, I hear you, Lloyd. Dude, I know that all too well. Oh, man. Going on with my connection tonight. Oh. Astigmatism. Oh, how Relic Hunter. I don't know if I said hello to you, buddy. Or thanks for being here, by the way. I tell you what, you know, we're just gonna fly by the seat of our pants tonight, if you guys don't mind. And where? Oh, okay. Let me. Oh, okay. Let's bring up our first guest. Why not? He's gonna tell us a bit about an embarrassing situation.
Look at how white I am. As white as a ghost.
And you live in Florida, man.
If I fix this, the lights are right above me. But if I fix the camera, my head goes orange, like the background.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I just have one quick thing, and then I'm jumping off.
Oh, sure. What's that, man?
The weather here is like in the 50s in Florida.
Oh, hell, you got to break out closed-toed shoes.
Look at this. I'm wearing a sweatshirt, for God's sakes.
I know. Is that the heaviest coat you own, Jim, besides the work coat?
I think so, because I got a sweatshirt underneath it, and then I'm out. After that, it's back to New York, you know.
Yeah.
Clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine the coat selection down there is pretty sparse.
I don't think they even sell coats, to be
They
honest.
don't.
I've never seen them. It's not like it snows here or anything.
Oh, I know, right? But that's my go-to joke whenever, like, my brother lives down there. My mother did before she passed. And it was always, you know, they'd be complaining about that 50-degree weather. I'm like, oh, what'd you have to do? Break out your closed-toed shoes?
You have no idea. I mean, holy crap. When your blood thins out or something. I don't know if that's a reality, you know?
Yeah, it has to. Well, you acclimate, right? So
yeah. So
now the cold weather is even harder on you. Like, even the moderately cold weather. I get it. I totally get it. It's kind of like folks from Canada probably think we have it nice and balmy here in Indiana, right?
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's not the truth. Maybe in the summertime, but no.
So I don't know if there have been more embarrassing moments in my life,
No?
but the reason I talk about the cold is because just this week I had to jump into the Indian River.
Oh,
Yeah, I got sent this thing that I just threw.
try not to break stuff, Jim.
Yeah, they sent me this water drone
Oh, yeah.
to test out, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, if you make the cable too tight on the end, it's a bear to get off, and it's made of plastic.
And it's obviously a screw on, right, to keep it
Like
waterproof?
this. It's an XLR
Oh, yeah, yeah.
with a yellow cord.
Yep.
So if you make this too tight, it'll twist as you're going through the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to break it getting off. Well, guess what this idiot did?
What did that idiot do?
Made it too loose. Threw the thing into the water and watched it go away.
Oh, no.
I'm like, holy Christ. I'm sitting there taking off my sweatshirt, took off my sneakers and jumped in. Bad move.
You thought you were still in Florida, man.
Yep. Somebody put rocks all over the bottom of that river.
Oh.
I am
Oh.
cut up like a son of a gun.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Dumbest
sorry.
move I ever did.
So were there a lot of people around? Is that why it was somewhat embarrassing?
Oh, there's a bunch of guys at the end of the dock fishing.
Oh.
And they're just looking at me like, look at this idiot. Like it was the Polar Bear Club or something.
Yeah. Doesn't he know it's like 50 out?
Jesus. But I don't know. The water temperature was not 50. It was colder because it's one of those that takes your breath away,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm going like this.
Oh, man.
I left everything. The iPad mini, the drone, I left everything on the damn dock and ran back to the car to turn the friggin' heater on. I don't think the heater's ever been on.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Yes, Miss Kathy, you are online. That's funny. That is fun. Well, and then you've got to go to like a beach shop to even get a towel, right?
No, I just sat there in the car till I could stop shivering.
Oh, jeez.
That was the dumbest move and the most embarrassing. And 2 in 1. You're getting a twofer here, Jeff.
I love the twofers, man. This show lives for the twofers. You know that.
Damn. But I will never do that. I mean, when you have to bandage up your friggin' toes, people, you say to yourself, you'll watch that float away from now on.
Well, you may never do that again.
Yeah,
but
true.
You're probably going to step on something you don't see. That's like a fact of life. I don't think you've lived until you've stepped on something that you never saw. It could be as little as a Lego. It could be, a death trap.
And those rocks have that seaweed on them, whatever that is, that green stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you just slip right off them and on to the next one.
Oh, man. Well, I'm sorry that happened, Jim. I'm glad you're all warm and toasty in your hoodie now. I still get cracked up about 50 degrees, and it being cold.
Well, look at me.
I know. I see you.
I got a sweatshirt on and a zipper up sweatshirt. I mean, I'm gonna have to find another sweatshirt in a couple of minutes here.
It's like 30 degrees out. I'm in this fleece and I'm sitting here sweating. Well, Jim, just stay out of the dark water, man, will you?
I will do it, my friend. Have a good evening. I'll catch you later.
You too. Thanks, man. Oh God. I was laughing with Jim, not at him. Jim, you know that. I hope I hate when bad things like that happen to you. I mean, they do become embarrassing, usually only because people are watching, but that is how it is. Hello, Explosive Phoenix. Welcome to the show. We also have Turkey Leg TV. Welcome back. Good to see you guys. All right. I wonder if I have. I bet I don't. I do not. So I've got to manually type in Ms. Kathy's name. So, all right. Let's bring on our next guest, shall we? And we'll wait for her to turn on her camera and microphone, and we shall be off to the races. So let's see. I had a couple of embarrassing moments. Oh, I think I've told you guys this before, and somebody's going to say eventually that this scarred me for life because I keep bringing it up. But one of my most embarrassing moments, or at least one of my first embarrassing moments, was that moment that I was sitting down with a gal who I bet I was a single digit age, right? 9, maybe. And no, I'm not laughing at you, Jim. I'm laughing with you, man. I'm empathizing because I kind of know what you're going through. I've done some things similar to that. Oh, wow. Do I have some more embarrassing moments that just came to mind? But I'm going to go through that first one first while we wait for Miss Kathy. Miss Kathy, go ahead and turn on your mic and find your microphone. If you've got Zoom loaded, look down the lower left of the Zoom interface, and you'll see both a microphone and a camera that you can click the up arrow on and choose the one that's correct for your computer. You've been on the show before, so I know you probably stepped away, it'd be my guess. So yeah. So here I am sitting down on the curb with this gal who's, the weird thing about this was both of our parents were divorced. Her mother lived in the same apartments my father lived in. Her father lived in the same apartments my mother lived in. Maybe both dads were in the same apartments. Both moms were in the same apartments. They didn't know each other, but we knew them because, it was a whole group of kids that ran around. And I became infatuated with her and sat down one time, and just out of the blue, I asked her to go with me. And she said, "Where?" I was both angry and embarrassed at that point. Now that's not the only embarrassing moments that I've had. I just remembered another one. I can remember playing or going to a party with a buddy of mine that used to work with me at Fox. And Steve, if you're watching, you'll remember this. Oh man, I've got even more. This is now I'm gonna have to go see a therapist. I'm starting to think of just a ton of embarrassing moments. So we're playing. I think it was frisbee or football. I don't remember which, because there was alcohol involved. Kids don't drink, and and I went after a ball. And those concrete patio sets that they're literally 3 inches thick. For the bench seats, curved, and they go around this concrete table. Well, he had a couple of benches setting away from the table. I went over one of those benches, and it was dead on summertime, so I hardly had a chair on at all. Or a chair. I hardly had a shirt on at all. And I went over it, and I went to put my arm out to catch myself, and that thing scraped both the entire underside of my arm and my chest down to my waistline. Just total road rash. And of course it was a party, so everybody was there. And, I had to jump up and I said, I'm good. I'm cool. Blood dripping off my, out of my, I can't even remember what shirt I was wearing. Yeah, but that was pretty embarrassing. Miss Kathy, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. No camera tonight, hon?
Well, I'm laying in bed. I'd rather not.
That's okay. You get the silhouette then. Not a problem at all. Not a problem. I know who you are. You're a good person, so I don't worry about you at all.
I always enjoy your show, but it's usually right before I go to bed, so I'm always comfy in my jammies and sitting up against my headboard.
Oh, awesome. Well, I appreciate you watching. Whether you're...
I want to call in all the time, but it's always so late, and I don't want to disturb the family. But you know what? They're not home right now, so I'm like, okay, I'll call in.
Sweet.
Well,
Score.
Desi's home. She's upstairs in bed, but my husband's playing pickleball tonight. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Well,
I can chat for a bit, and you're, of course, the first time I'm ever on your show.
Well, this is actually the second time. Didn't you not?
About embarrassing moments.
Yeah, did you not come on during one of the panel shows, if I remember correctly?
I don't think so.
I thought you had. Yeah, I thought you did. But that's okay. This is your first one-on-one, and I was hoping you'd call in. So, and now you've got embarrassing stories. Even better. It's the bonus plan.
Well, I have to tell you, it takes a lot to embarrass me now because I'm too old to be embarrassed.
Oh, tell me about it.
I have had lots of embarrassing moments as a child, but I really can remember two. So my first embarrassing moment was when I was 14 years old. So I babysat, and I don't know why the parents thought that I was capable of doing what they were asking me, but I was the kind of girl that would just grow up, and I just respected adults. I listened. I just did what they told me to do.
Good for you.
So they left instructions for me to give the child a suppository at bedtime.
I'm sorry, what?
A suppository, yeah, because I guess the child had trouble with their bowels, so she specifically asked if I would mind giving the child the suppository at bedtime, and I was like, sure.
And you knew what a suppository was at the time, right?
No.
Oh. Oh my. That's uncomfortable.
She showed it to me. She showed it to me and said that the child was good with taking them, and I just was like, okay, whatever. So it gets to be bedtime. I give the child a glass of milk and give them the suppository to take. And then the child takes the suppository and goes to bed. Well, when the mother and the father came at night, I'm sleeping on the couch, and they wake me up, and they come in from their night out, and she's on her drive home, and she says, did everything work out okay? Did you remember to give him the suppository? I said, yeah, you took it fine with a glass of milk. And mom was like, so mom. And she was like, what? And I said, yeah, he took it fine. He just swallowed it, no problem. So I never put that down. And it really wasn't embarrassing until several days later, to where, my mom and her had their little laugh. And, yeah, right. I was mortified. I was like, oh my gosh, they're never going to ask me to babysit ever
again. and again, I'm laughing with you, Miss Kathy. I swear to you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I still know these words. I still know that child. I will never live that down.
Well, no longer a child, I bet.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally an adult.
Now, that
was very, very embarrassing. My other embarrassing moment was when I was 16 years old, and I had just started driving, and I parked my car, and it was sleeting and ice, and I went in. So when you go into a grocery store, you have one entrance on one side and the other entrance is on the other side.
Yes.
And all of the cashiers are right there, all along the entry. Well, it was very icy, and it was sleeting outside, and I was already nervous for driving, but I go in, and as I walk in, and back then, you remember the parachute pants? We used to wear sweatpants that were just plastic pants.
Oh yeah, hammer time.
So yeah, and I grew up in the 80s, and I was a track runner in high school. So I'm all in my little sleeky little sweatpants, probably purple and orange for all I know. I can't remember what colors they were, but
those were the colors at the time.
Yeah. Well, I'm always in a hurry anywhere I go. I mean, just get what you got to get out of there, right? So yep. I walk in there, and I slid as I'm coming in the one entry, and I slid all the way across the floor, all the way to the other end. People just looked at me. I got up, walked out the other end, and just went back to my car. And I was like, I am not.
I'll get that later.
I will get what I needed later. Yep.
Oh man, that's funny. And again, I'm laughing with you, not at you. I have.
Yeah, and it's funny because if I did that today, I would get up and just acknowledge it. No big deal, you fall down. But when you're 16, oh my gosh, I was mortified. I was like, I can't believe I did that.
Absolutely. Isn't it funny how it affects you so much more when you're young?
Yeah.
You don't have the wherewithal to understand that. It happens to everybody, and nobody will remember this. Well, aside from the suppository, beyond a week or so, because you're not going to forget. suppository
Oh,
administration like
yeah.
that. That's that's awesome. Does the and I hate to go back to that, but does the child, the babysit E, do they remember it?
No, no, they
Oh,
don't. But they do remember hearing the story through the years because I live in a small town and yeah, we don't let him live it down either.
oh no, it's
So
legend now.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, that is
yes.
so fun. That is so fun. Well, I'm glad you got over both of those, Kathy. Can I call you Kathy? Or that's not
Of
your last name,
course.
right? Okay. Ah,
Yes, yes, you can go, Kathy, of course.
awesome. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Whenever your embarrassing moment becomes legend, that's got to be brutal. But if you take it in stride like you obviously had, who cares, right?
Exactly. Who cares? It's funny now, right?
And that's one of the spices of life, as far as I'm concerned. If you can laugh at yourself, what is the old saying? If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at, or what can you laugh at? Um, and these are perfect examples because we all do stupid things over the years, all of us. No one is immune. I would love to meet that person that is totally immune to a faux pas of any kind. I don't think they exist.
Yeah. And the best thing too now is like I said in the chat earlier, I don't have embarrassing moments, but I embarrass my kids on a daily basis.
Oh, but that's your job. At some
Yeah.
point, man,
And
that
and
is.
you know, I have an 11-year-old daughter and I substitute teach. So last week I was substituting her band class and you know, I live for embarrassing her. I mean that's it was fun.
Oh, you have one of those golden opportunities most of us didn't have.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. My 21-year-old, when he was a senior, I was still subbing and he maybe he was a junior in high school and I got my first sub call to sub at his high school and he was like, don't wave at me, don't even say anything, and oh my gosh, what did I do? I wrote Michael, I won't say my last name so I won't embarrass him, but I wrote his full last name on the smartboard, is the coolest kid in the world. And then when they came in the classroom, he all sat down there like, who is that? And he looked at me and he goes, Mom. And everybody goes, Mom, did you just call her Mom? And I go, hey, you said it, not me. I'm sorry, but you're the one that gave it away.
Now come up and give your mother a hug.
That's right, exactly.
Oh, that's societal death in high school and middle school. Oh, great, we're yellow again on the stream.
Yeah.
Well,
I will let someone else come on and tell their stories. I'm picking up your whole stream. So
I wouldn't worry about it. Apparently, embarrassing moments are too much for some folks. You're the last one in line, Ms. Kathy, thus far. I'm shocked. These are so fun that I would have thought that a whole bunch of people would have came up, and I don't care if they do or not because I'm going to have another one of these shows. I dig it.
Or you can just anybody can watch any of my first live streams. They're all embarrassing. I've had so many technical issues.
Well,
I make
yeah.
fools of myself every time I go live.
Oh, you're talking to a like kind here. I was looking at my first video for tomorrow's show, and oh boy, was it painful to watch. I mean, it was just literally painful to watch. You look at him, it's funny too, because you look at him, it's like, what is that guy doing? Oh wait, that guy's me. What the hell am I doing? What was I thinking? And why do I look like that? In fact, I've said this before. My second video was a critique of my first. I couldn't believe what I was watching. That's I think it's true for most people who jump on camera for the first time. I know some of the people I've coached, which is another point of irony. They have that same thing. They have that same reaction to their own first appearance on camera. They can't believe that was them. So.
Yeah.
So talk about embarrassing moments. Yeah, go back. Anybody out there, go back and look at your first video or two, and tell me you're not embarrassed in some way, shape, or form. And it may not be catastrophic embarrassment, but it's certainly a cringeworthy moment for most of us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, if Jessie was awake, I could have her come on and just tell all kinds of embarrassing moments, because I do. I embarrass her all the time.
Well, I love hearing that because, like I said, that is your job at this point. Yeah, it's buffering in. Well, listen, Miss Kathy, I won't keep you. I think I'm going to cut this stream short because I am having some bandwidth issues. I don't know why why I've got a stream problem, but suddenly, you know how it goes. Happens every once in a while.
Thank you for having me. So I just hit the leave up in the upper corner, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But don't be a stranger. Come on back, whatever subject, or if you just want to talk about something else, you just let me know, okay?
I will. Thank you so much.
You
it
bet.
was my pleasure.
Take care.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, I love that because I wasn't lying. It is your job at some point to embarrass your kids. If nothing else, it teaches them a lesson, because when you become a parent and you realize how your children are growing away from you after a while, what you're trying to do is you're trying to connect with them for even longer, and they're pushing away. They're trying to assert their independence, and that's what you need to do. But keep embarrassing your kids, folks, when they're when they're least likely to enjoy it. But don't go too far, of course. It'll honestly draw you closer later in life. I know that I have a very close relationship with my father. He was doing the same thing. Hopefully my son sees it the same way. We haven't even talked about that sort of thing. I don't know that I was embarrassing for him, but listen, no more guests, and we've got buffering. If you guys are seeing a delay, I apologize for that, but you know how it is. It just happens that way. So I am going to no, Jesse, I haven't seen it yet. I will look right after the show here. But yeah, guys, if you haven't liked, followed, or subscribed yet, do so now. Now's a great time to do it. I'm on every Sunday through Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern, and I'd love to have you either in the chat or up on the show, so we can talk about either the topic of the day or whatever you'd like to talk about. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is going to be my 1 year anniversary, and I'm going to celebrate that. I've already decided that I'm going to celebrate my 1 year, but I don't think I'm going to celebrate any subscriber numbers, and I'll tell you why that is real fast while we still have a bit of time left here. The reason I'm not going to is because the number 1,000 is not as important to me as all of the people that represents. So I'm not going to make a big deal out of those. Plus, I'm not going to monetize. I simply refuse to until YouTube can clean up their rules and make this. I'm not talking about COPPA here. We're going to talk about a little bit more about COPPA on Thursday, the news program. But I'm talking about those rules and regulations that are so ambiguous, so loosely put together. I don't think that they deserve my money until they get those rules straight for content creators. So the 1,000 is not as much of a big deal as the individuals behind that number. You may not see me truly celebrate until 100,000. So be looking for that.